Moving to Fairfield County, honestly moving anywhere, is one of the biggest decisions you're ever going to make. And I'll tell you this right up front, I have seen it go both ways. I watch families move here and completely thrive, but I've also seen people get here and 6 months later realize there were things about living here they didn't really think through. I'm Jennifer Lockwood, and after years of helping buyers relocate to Fairfield County, I've noticed something very consistent. The people who are truly happy with their move, the ones who feel confident in their decision, could all answer yes to 8 specific questions before they made their decision to move. So let's get started with question number 8. Are you prepared to establish a new network? And not just a business network, but a social network. Because this is a part that doesn't show up on your home search. When you move to Fairfield County, you're not just buying a house, you're starting over. And that's true no matter where you move. I've had clients who move here and within months, they're fully settled. They've met people through their kids' school system, through the community, or even through work. And it starts to feel like home pretty quickly. And I've also seen the opposite, where transition felt a lot harder than they expected. These towns are established, the communities are tight-knit, and that's part of what makes living here so special. And that's why you have to be intentional about finding your place in it. So the question isn't, can you build a network here? Because you can. It's whether you're ready to actually do it. Because if you can say yes to this, then you're in really good position. Question number 7. Can you sell your current home in this market? If you are a current homeowner in a different housing market, your ability to relocate to Fairfield County is directly tied to how successful you can exit your current home. Homes in Fairfield County are averaging about 30 days on the market, which is still fast moving. But that stat only matters if your current home is positioned to sell within a similar window. What I see happen often is buyers focusing on what town they want to live in without fully understanding the conditions they are selling from. And those two markets can behave completely differently. Before making a move, you need a clear, realistic market analysis of your home, not an optimistic number, but a price and a strategy that will actually attract buyers and get your home under contract fairly quickly. Timing does matter. The spring market typically brings more activity, but it is not guaranteed in every location and price point. Most sellers here are not accepting offers with home contingencies. That means you need a clear plan. You either have to sell first and potentially negotiate a rent back, secure a short-term rental, or be in a financial position to carry 2 homes temporarily until your home sells. The strongest relocations I see are the ones where sellers fully understand their position before they start shopping. If you can confidently say your home will sell in today's market at a price and a pace that supports your move, that's when Fairfield County becomes a much more realistic next step. On to question number 6. Do you have 6+ months of living expenses saved beyond your down payment? I don't want anyone to be house poor, and this is where most relocations fail financially. Fairfield County's cost of living is about $3,200 per month for singles and $7,000 per month for families, which is significantly higher than many other areas. Only 47% of Americans have sufficient funds to cover a $1,000 emergency expense, but relocation requires much more substantial reserves. You have moving costs, temporary housing, utility deposits, higher cost of living adjustments, and job transition expenses, and they can add up quickly in this market. I would recommend a minimum of 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund separate from your home purchase money. And that should be based on Fairfield County's cost structure, not your current area. The clients who struggle are the ones who spend every dollar they have on closing costs and on down payment, leaving nothing for the inevitable surprises that come with relocating to a premium market and unexpected maintenance costs on a home you may be purchasing. Question number 5, are you debt-free except for your mortgage? This question has saved people thousands in higher interest rates and qualification issues. The median sale price in, let's say, the town of Fairfield is $1.1 million, and lenders are stricter than ever about the debt-to-income ratios at these price points. 33% of Americans have more credit card debt than emergency savings, which creates serious qualification challenges for premium markets like ours. My successful clients try to clear their high-interest debt before applying, which only improves your rate, but also reduces your monthly obligations after you make your move. The math is pretty simple. Lower monthly debt obligations mean you qualify for more house and have more breathing room in your new, higher cost of living environment. With that said, every buyer is different, and when you relocate from out of state, you have a completely different set of requirements than a local buyer would have. So if you want to understand which neighborhoods in Fairfield County would be the best fit for your budget and for your goals, you can download my Fairfield County relocation guide for free in the description below. Now let's keep going and go on to number 4, which is, have you researched the true cost of living difference? Don't just look at housing costs. Dig deeper into the complete financial picture of cost of living. Living costs in Fairfield County are 29% higher than the U.S. national average, with housing being the primary driver, but not the only factor. Connecticut consistently ranks among the states with the highest utility costs, having the 3rd highest electricity rates in the nation, which affects your monthly budget significantly. I made a previous video on 10 things you need to know before moving to Fairfield County, and I go into detail on these costs. And you can check out that video after this one. We also have childcare and property taxes. I've seen people move here thinking they maintain their current lifestyle, only to discover their overall monthly expenses increased more than they had budgeted. Question number 3, the commute reality. Have you physically tested the commute during peak hours? On paper, the commute can look pretty manageable, but Fairfield County traffic and train schedules can feel very different in real time. A 60-minute commute can easily stretch longer depending on the time of day, how close you are to the train, and how far you are from major routes like I-95 and the Merritt Parkway. Even within the same town, your daily experience can vary significantly based on location. If commuting is part of your daily routine, it is very important to test it during peak hours, not the midday and not on the weekend. The buyers who are happiest long-term are the ones who understand exactly what their daily routine will look like before they commit and not after. I had a client move to Reading and they thought their commute was going to be a 45-minute commute. It ended up being over an hour and a half, which absolutely affects his daily life. Now on to question 2. Do you have a clear timeline with built-in flexibility? A typical real estate market has very defined seasonal patterns, and your timeline needs to align with how the market actually moves, not how you hope it's going to move. Right now, many homes in towns like Fairfield are going pending in 10 days. That tells you how quickly you need to be ready on the buy side. But at the same time, your overall relocation is not a 10-day process. It is a multi-step transition that requires coordination between selling, buying, financing, inspections, and moving logistics. Spring is typically the most active and competitive time of year. You will see more inventory, but also more buyers, which means stronger competition and less negotiating room. Winter tends to offer less inventory, but buyers who are in the market are usually more serious, and you may have more leverage in negotiations. For families, timing becomes even more important. The school calendar plays a major role in how and when people move. Many buyers aim to be settled before the start of the school year, which creates additional pressure in late spring and early summer. Others choose to move mid-year, but that requires planning around transitions and availability within the school system. What I see most often is people underestimating how many moving parts there are. Inspections can uncover issues, appraisals can take time, attorneys can slow things down, inventory may not line up exactly as you need it to. Here in Fairfield County, inventory has been a struggle coming to market, which is why the market is moving so quickly. This is why building in a 3 to 6 month buffer is not optional, it is strategic. It gives you room to make good decisions instead of rushed ones. Now on to our final question. Question number 1. Can you answer why Fairfield County with 3 specific reasons beyond just the proximity to New York City? But it shouldn't be your only reason. 8 of Connecticut's top 10 public schools are in Fairfield County, according to Niche 2026 rankings, offering exceptional educational opportunities for families, and this is one of the big major draws for people moving here. The area also features miles of sandy beaches, vibrant downtown areas, and over 170 acres of parks, creating a lifestyle that balances coastal living with suburban family life. The clients who thrive here have done their homework, and they can tell me exactly why this area fits their family's specific goals and values, not just their commuting needs. If you answered yes to all these 8 questions, then you're ready to make your move to Fairfield County. You are positioned to thrive here. If you answer no to more than 2 of the questions, I would focus on improving those areas before making any major decisions. I'm Jennifer Lockwood. I have made videos on what it is like to live and work here in Fairfield County, in addition to real estate market highlights. My contact information is on the screen and below. Feel free to reach out anytime to talk. I love working with people looking to make Fairfield County their home. Feel free to stay on my channel and check out other videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.